You hear a lot of talk about gold these days. What, with the stock market and more upheaval than tumbleweeds in a tornado? The world-famous Max Pawn is your gold spot in Las Vegas. Don't just send your gold into some random TV guy for pennies on the dollars. Go where you can see what your gold is really worth and get guaranteed market rate for your gold, silver, diamonds, and more. Come visit the world-famous Max Pawn in Las Vegas at the northeast corner of Sahara and Jones or online at maxpawnlv.com.
Have an iPhone or Android? You can listen to News Talk 720 KDWN on the free iRadio Now app. Available in your app store. iRadio Now is powered by LVH. Take News Talk 720 KDWN with you wherever you go with the iRadio Now app for your iPhone and Android. Your news now. Your talk now. KDWN available now, no matter where you are. Get your free app, iRadio Now, and listen to News Talk 720 KDWN on your iPhone or Android. Powered by LVH. And now, for the only pawn show in Las Vegas radio, coming to you live from the world-famous Max Pawn, Pawn Talk Live, hosted by the voice of the Las Vegas Wranglers, Dave Carney, and the owner of the world-famous Max Pawn in Las Vegas, Michael Mack. Call in at 257-5396. That's 257-5396, and find out what your valuables are worth from the top expert in the pawn industry. Now, Michael Mack and Dave Carney.
And welcome to Pawn Talk Live right here on News Talk 720 KDWN. I'm Dave Carney, sticking around here with you from live Las Vegas, joined again by the owner of the world-famous Max Pawn, Michael Mack. And Michael, thanks so much for suiting up and joining me on the first half of Live Las Vegas.
They called me 3 shades lighter, I'll be sure.
That's right. Brother from another mother. And he was waiting to let you hear that joke, Al. But again, thanks so much for staying tuned with us here on KDWN. This is, of course, the all-new Friday afternoon programming here on News Talk 720 with Live Las Vegas, followed by Pawn Talk Live. And actually sticking around with us as well from Live Las Vegas is Michael Shulman. And
I just realized a hand gesture does nothing on the
radio.
No,
we all saw you.
And of course, you can do yourself a favor. Get the latest in pop culture, entertainment news, and much more at ShulmanSays.com. That's ShulmanSays.com. Now, this is a pretty hip website, Michael, and I know that you basically form this around whatever's interesting you the most. So this week, what's trending on ShulmanSays.com?
My dear friend Maggie Norris, the luxury fashion designer out of New York, has just launched a capsule collection of sunglasses with the famous Salima Optique of Paris and New York, and is doing a launch party next week, so you can read all about that and RSVP if you're so inclined.
Wow, that's a pretty exclusive club, right? Yeah, you got to be in New York. That's true.
And a bit of follow-up on the SAG Awards and Golden Globes that just occurred over the past few weeks in Los Angeles.
Fantastic. Golden Globes, of course, being kind of swept this year by The Wolf of Wall Street. And you know, what a great film that was. Now, I believe Leonardo DiCaprio, did he get the Best Actor? Did that get Best Picture at the Golden Globes?
He got Best Actor in a comedy musical. And Martin Scorsese produced it with my dear friend Emma, who, if people were wondering who the lovely English girl sitting next to Martin Scorsese at the table was,
Gotcha.
Emma Tillinger-Koskoff.
Awesome. Yeah, no, the Golden Globe's wonderful. It's the actual real Oscars. It's the one that matters. I mean, the people in the business.
It's the drunk one.
Yeah, right.
It's the one sponsored by Moet Hennessy Champagne.
Love it.
Moet Chandon, excuse me.
So we know it's the one that the celebrities actually watch. So
where they're all taking selfies with each other.
Absolutely. And there's its own drinking game. It's coming out in 2016. It's going to be called Golden Globes with champagne.
Well, and it helps that it's Tina Fey and Amy Poehler who are doing
awesome.
it, and they're doing it again next year. They'd already been signed.
So you were down in L.A. for some of these award parties,
yes,
I would say?
For the parties, not the awards themselves, because it's a pain. But the parties are worth it.
So let's hear about it. We want to hear the gossip.
I had the very good fortune this past weekend of dancing at Giorgio's, which is Brian Rabin and Adam 12, who's our president's DJ of choice, weekly discotheque at the Standard Hollywood. And just a few feet away from me were Lupita Nyong'o of 12 Years a Slave, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and director Steve McQueen. Not the one my mother is thinking of.
I was going to say, man, Steve McQueen, the
Steve
action
McQueen
star.
was dancing.
Yes.
No, not the Grand Prix actor, but in fact the director of 12 Years a Slave.
Sure.
And Lupita Nyong'o is the one who has taken every red carpet by storm this year. She is a genuinely just sweet, sweet, nice person and drop dead gorgeous and looks amazing. She would look great in a burlap sack and a piece of twine. As it is, at the Golden Globe, she showed up in a red Ralph Lauren collection wool dress with a cape attached to it and just set everyone a flitter and a Twitter.
And, I heard she is going to actually be wearing the burlap sack at the World Wildlife Federation's upcoming gala. So there will be no cruelty
Really?
to
I heard
animals,
she was wearing a Dalmatian
involved.
coat and a clubbed baby seal wrap.
That's to the PETA one. That's the week after that. So
eating a veal shank.
Absolutely. Eating the veal shank, courtesy of Nine Steakhouse. And, again, you're listening to Pawn Talk Live here on News Talk 720 KDWN. Michael Schulman with Michael Mack and myself here. Now, Michael, you're joining us as well here today on Pawn Talk Live as our resident fashion expert. Now, normally Michael and I, we try to take a little dive into the world of fashion on our own and get some experts involved. But when you, Michael Schulman, look at fashion right now, 2014, just beginning, what do you see is the biggest new trend in fashion this year?
For men or for women?
Let's start with for women and then go for men.
Tailoring. Tailored suiting. Women want to feel in control. They're running their lives. They're doing it as well as the boys can. It's kind of the secret solid, strong enough for a man yet made for a woman.
Yeah, absolutely. pH
very,
balance for a woman, yes.
Not the 80s frumpy bow tie thing, but very classic Savile Row tailoring, pantsuits. I love a woman in a nice slack.
Right.
Especially if you can bounce a quarter off the ass.
That's right, exactly.
I like that.
And I imagine you do. And just things, statement pieces also for accessories where you can wear a simple dress. It doesn't have to be something that you wear once and you can't ever wear it again. And then you accessorize it with fun statement pieces. Color is very important. So nobody's looking funereal anymore.
Gotcha. So
punk
black
is
stripes.
also very big. Skulls are a little bit over. Everyone's had it with the skulls, but now it's spikes and pegs and pyramids, and it goes back to the 70s Hermes punk.
So are we saying the Louboutin spikes are good?
Yes, very much so.
And let me ask you this: you're a resident of Las Vegas.
I'm trying on a pair across the store.
You popped in and you've seen some Louboutins. What do you think of Max Pawn?
Well, I did much of my holiday shopping here. There are
thank you very much.
Recipients of my largesse and your passed
Generosity.
along
There you go,
largesse.
yes.
Did I see a piece that was in the SAG Awards that was purchased for Max Pawn?
You did see one that was at Chateau Marmont at dinner after the SAG Awards, which was a Chanel 7-strand pearl choker worn by Armin Ra, who is the subject of the new documentary film When My Sorrow Died, being released at the Hollywood International Film Festival in February.
Awesome. So let me ask you, Michael. You say, tailored, fitted is the look right now, and you said colors. So what are the colors for this fall? I mean, for this spring, I should say.
For spring, I was going to say for fall it was jewel tones. For spring, turquoise. Turquoise in jewelry, in fashion, in clothes, and accessories. Turquoise, it makes people happy. It's a very cheerful color. It goes, if you saw Sofia Vergara, who's widely considered a huge fashion plate, she paired a little bit ornate for my taste, but turquoise necklace with a black Zac Posen dress at the Globes. Lupita Nyong'o was in head to toe, one-of-a-kind laser-cut Gucci with matching jewelries that was made for her at the SAG Awards, and both were showstoppers.
Dave, is he amazing? I mean, this is
also Emma Watson paired turquoise drop earrings with black lawn van at the Globes.
Unbelievable. I think we're going to have Michael Schulman as our resident fashion expert.
And you can call in, Michael. We'll have you call in, but that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Hey,
We'll
you know
work
what?
with them
Speaking
anyway.
of turquoise,
Yes.
I have to say, because this is Pawn Talk Radio. One of the icons that my brother came up with back in the day when Super Pawn,
buddy.
that was turquoise.
Sure was.
You were way ahead of the time. Steve's going to be on here in a few minutes, but he was way ahead of the trend. He was painting pawn shops turquoise when it should have been
I was going to say
the
they were
spring
your
of
color.
2014 color.
Well, I was going to chalk that up to
Back
one
in
of
1914.
one of many things that your industrious brother Steve Mack has been a little ahead of the curve on here. And again, we'll talk to Steve in just a little bit. But Michael, again, Michael Schulman here with
I want to give one more thing while we're on the subject
Sure.
of turquoise. One of the biggest events to hit Las Vegas that's coming up in a couple months is the Guy La Liberté founded One Night for One Drop event, which is based on water, which of course is blue, so the theme is blue. And there are performers from each of the different Cirque du Soleil resident shows in Las Vegas performing, not scenes from their show. It's a one-of-a-kind show that's being choreographed for that evening.
Wow.
And it's to bring fresh water to places all over the world, including Las Vegas. A lot of it is centered in Las Vegas. And what happened was Guy and Jerry Nadal, who's the head of Las Vegas's resident shows, said, we've taken so much from this community. We really want to give back to Las Vegas. They've been so wonderful to us. And so they do a lot of work with the Springs Preserve, a lot of work with the Las Vegas Valley Water District. And it's really an amazing event. It's going to be in
fantastic.
March.
So how is one to get tickets for this great event?
Money.
Do
Just
they
like getting to Carnegie Hall.
Can they find this on schulmansays.com?
Yes. As a matter of fact, you can. I will be writing about it very shortly. And just Google One Drop.
What other great events? Anything happening this weekend?
Yes, Nevada Ballet Theater's annual Cartier-sponsored Black and White Ball, this year honoring Florence Henderson as Woman of the Year, will be taking place tomorrow night at Aria Hotel and Casino.
Awesome.
Hey, great stuff.
Great having you, Mike.
Absolutely. Michael Schulman, thanks so much for sticking around here, Las Vegas Live as well as Pawn Talk Live. And don't forget to visit his website at schulmansays.com. Get your latest pop culture, entertainment news, and much more. We're going to step away, take a quick look at traffic. When we come back, we're going to talk to the owner of the Las Vegas 51s as well as Bravo Store Systems, Steve Mack. Stay tuned to Pawn Talk Live.
It's 2:16 and the Kid on One Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center. Get a couple of problems on US 95 southbound. North of Charleston, also south of Eastern. New incident, 15 northbound. That is north of St. Rose Parkway. Sahara at the 15, that is in the cleanup stage. Also, graffiti removal is going to be impacting lanes on 95 North. That's between Rancho and Summerlin Parkway this weekend. Make that Sunday night and Saturday night and Sunday morning, 8 p.m. Saturday to 8 a.m. Sunday. From the Kid on One Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center, I'm Jim Dallas on News Talk 720 KDWN.
Hi, this is Doug Basham. The guy you just can't get enough of. Or is that the guy you just love to hate? In either case, join me every Saturday afternoon at 3 for something a bit different. That's Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. See you then.
It's a new year, so you deserve a new you. Wouldn't it be nice to finally quit worrying about crooked or missing teeth? If you've been putting it off for a while because of the cost, then you should see Dr. Maricondia and his staff at AQ Denture in Henderson, because AQ stands for affordable quality. Dental implants, dentures, or dental services are more affordable than you think. Call AQ today at 702-565-6000. That's 702-565-6000 and smile again. Call AQ 702-565-6000.
Luxury shops in Las Vegas aren't new. What is new, however, is luxury meeting value. At the world-famous Max Pawn, we specialize in marrying the two. With some of the finest selections of watches, designer handbags, sunglasses, and more, the luxury never stops. Every day, new items are added in-store and online. From Gucci and Chanel to Hermes and Louis Vuitton, Max Pawn delivers all the top luxury brands at a fraction of the price. Visit us online at maxpawnlv.com or browse our showroom in Las Vegas. The world-famous Max Pawn, where luxury meets value.
Gavish Real Estate. Call us to sell or buy at 255-1145.
My name is Ido Gavish, and I will sell you home in 30 days or less. If I don't, I'll buy the house from you. Capiche? That's Gavish.
Now back to Pawn Talk Live with your hosts Michael Mack and Dave Carney.
I just about resigned myself. Welcome back here to Pawn Talk Live on News Talk 720 KDWN. Dave Carney down here at the home of it all, the world-famous Max Pawn, the northeast corner of Sahara and Jones. And, of course, we're broadcasting live here until 3 o'clock. Max Pawn open Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you can get down here all week long, get your shopping done. But, of course, come down and join us until 3 o'clock. Now, joining me on the program is somebody who's no stranger to Las Vegas media. I'm sure you've been on quite a circuit over the last year or two, and this is Steve Mack, the new owner with the Howard Hughes Corporation of the Las Vegas 51s baseball team, as well as owner of Bravo Store Systems, which is really giving small businesses, not just here in Las Vegas, Steve, but around the country, a way to be competitive with the big box stores. So thanks so much for joining us on our new Pawn Talk Live here on KDON.
Thanks, Dave. It's great to see you again, and it's been a year already since we kind of glanced at each other, and we had just a fabulous year, record attendance, affiliated with the Mets, the Wilpons from New York City, and their team. The New York fans have just been unbelievable. We're having a big league weekend, bringing the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets to Las Vegas for big league weekend. And our seats and our sales are off the charts. I just got to tell the fans to get your seats now because this one could be sold out.
Yeah, and you guys have come close, Steve, or you guys being the Las Vegas 51s, you were obviously part of the ownership group last year when you guys did Big League Weekend, and it's been near sellouts for the last few years. And this year, like you're saying, it's looking like it could be an actual sellout. What do you think here, Steve, has been some of the resurgency and interest in the Las Vegas 51s baseball? Is it the fact that so many folks are now, taking time to talk about the team here in the community, about a possible move to a different stadium? And what do you attribute to some of this newfound, enthusiasm about the team in?
Well, I think that the community is coming alive, and we're coming together as one community. Baseball is all about community. It's about diversity. The history of baseball itself. I think, the awareness about, the Hall of Famer,
Frank Viola coming here to the Las Vegas 51 staff, and he was a World Series MVP, great guy.
And then Greg Maddux,
Yeah.
when was the last time someone from Las Vegas made it to the Hall of Fame? Can
That's
you
true.
think of anybody?
Well, not for professional baseball. I mean, there's been a couple other Hall
sure.
of Fames.
Oh,
the
yeah,
FBI Hall of Fame. We've got a museum dedicated
World
to
Series
it, as
of
a matter
Poker Hall of
fact.
Fame.
But that's worthy of having a major parade.
Absolutely.
Greg, he just it just espouses baseball, the quality, the purity, the essence of the game itself, and how he pitched better than anyone else in the history of baseball. So, to have someone like that affiliated with the with the team itself, he and his brother. Community oriented and wanting to give back to Las Vegas. I'm just, people just coming up to me, and the essence of having a new stadium.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I hear about the stadium up in Summerlin, and we're so excited about the new stadium right behind the Red Rock Casino, the new shopping mall, partners with the Howard Hughes Corporation. You mentioned all those things that are pieces of Las Vegas and baseball, but really AAA baseball is all about families, and that's the greatest thing about moving from Cashman, which has been a wonderful home for the 51s for years, but a lot of families just don't go downtown, and it's so different. And I think we talk about packing the house. I know I'm going to bring my family. We're going to be packing the house when you're up in Summerlin, and I'm really excited for what's going to happen with the 51s up in Summerlin.
Yeah, the essence of AAA baseball is different than big league because you can't afford the ticket. It's a corporate sponsored sports franchises, and AAA is a community oriented. And so, what can you say about Vegas having its own baseball team and the 51s up in Summerlin off the 215 and all the excitement that's being created by the new shopping center, which will be done in October, by the way. People up in this side of town and all over town. People from Henderson are telling me they're going to love, the fact of being able to drive on the freeway. It's just much easier to loop around from the north side of town.
Yeah.
They simply jump on the freeway, and it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just beautiful.
And again, the whole area where the new stadium is proposed to be built. And now, is that officially? Do you guys have that done and in the books? Do we have a groundbreaking year in effect?
No, the only thing official in terms of a date that we're going to have a shovel in the ground is that we're really, really hoping that we'll have something like that happen before the end of the year.
Okay. And the only point that I was going to make, the great thing about having it up there as well, like you said, off the 215 freeway, is so much easier access to folks, and especially folks that do have a large family, baseball families, people that play Summerlin baseball. You look at the community of baseball that's in Summerlin just in and of itself, from all the youth sports to high school, and you think, boy, that's just going to save so many people a hassle to get to the stadium and enjoy great 51s baseball, because you guys play a great quality of baseball.
Well,
it's really, really cool. And, I'm a baseball fan, and my kids are baseball fans, but, not everyone's into baseball for the full 9 innings. The greatest thing, if you can envision Town Square, Town Square, which is just right near the airport. It's a wonderful mall. Think about a baseball field attached to it. Now, maybe someone might want to go to the movies, and maybe someone might want to have hang out at the restaurant or bar, or maybe have a meal in between innings. I think it's just going to be.
Well,
awesome.
I'll tell you what. I'll go to the baseball game with the boys, and then the girls can all go shopping, see a movie if they want. But I mean, really, you're putting together a multi-purpose venue spot that is something that we've been waiting for here in Las Vegas, Steve, but we've never actually had.
Yeah, I mean, and then this is going to be a special baseball park. I mean, think about it. Having a premier developer, Howard Hughes Company, which is one of the greatest development companies in the world. The interest of the corporate executives of that and their excitement about doing something special in Las Vegas. This stadium is going to be the finest stadium, and when I say that, it's about the rotunda around the ballpark. All of the activities for young people, for the families with infants. There's going to be a playground they can safely play, and a rotunda of activities all the way around it. Swimming pool in the back.
Oh boy.
And then little venues to have a bar, little vignettes for 10, 20, 30 people to get together, have meetings, corporate get-togethers, company picnics, while baseball's going on.
Absolutely.
By the way. And anyways.
Oh gosh, listen to this. All we need to see is an artist rendition, and we'll be all over the 10 o'clock.
Let me ask this, Steve. If people are interested in getting tickets for the 51s, how do they? Is there a phone number that they can reach? You guys have a website?
Well, sure. I mean, that's a great question. I appreciate that. Anyone that buys tickets an existing season this year gets preferential tickets for the new stadium.
Really? That's fantastic, and good to be pointing this out right now here on the show. So if you buy season tickets for the 2013-2014 season, then you'll be in line to get the first.
You get priority
fantastic.
On that because this venue is going to be smaller than the existing one.
Great.
And so the tickets are going to be very limited.
Absolutely. You know what, though? It's just so much fun when you think about, a new stadium to go with Las Vegas's oldest professional sports team. And you guys both know how involved I am with our local sports, and thankfully it looks like the Wranglers are going to stick around. But when you look at oh gosh, thank you. It's I think everybody has done a real good job, in moving it forward. And it's because of Billy Johnson, who sits in a similar position as you do, and Don Logan with the 51s, and really working with the city to promote the sports that we have. And when you think about the Las Vegas 51s here, over 35 years they've been the Las Vegas Stars before they're the 51s, and such a fabric of the community. I mean, Michael, your children, my children, Steve, yours, we've all grown up with some version of 51s or Stars baseball, and now with a new place to call home, you can just look at a whole new generation of Las Vegans who may not have ever been down to Cashman Field, let's be honest, are going to get a chance to see this fantastic product.
Let me ask you this, Dave.
Yes.
You're the hockey voice.
There we go.
Let's hear bottom of the ninth.
Oh,
someone getting up to bat. Let's hear it.
Well, now, are we doing – it's in the PA world they don't really do that. But if I was going to be, competing with Russ Langer, it would be like, all right, it's the bottom of the ninth, and we've got Shane Victorino coming up to bat. Shane is looking to make a dent in this game. The score is 3-2. We've got runners at first and second. The outfield is coming in a little bit. The pit, I don't know. It's hard to do on radio right now, but believe me.
You're great.
Believe me, I've thought about
that.
That
was your audition. You just did it.
I was going to say, I think Russ Langer is pretty secure in his job. A fantastic voice of the Las Vegas 51s, as well as UNLV football. So, again, Steve, I mean, like you and Michael were talking about here, I mean, being up in Summerlin, and you guys know it well because you live up there in Summerlin with the shops and everything going in. You guys are both, though, business owners and store owner, Michael, former store owner, Steve. Real quick, while I've got you both here, Michael, you use Steve's software, the Bravo Store Systems, for your pawn store. Steve, you developed this software a while back when you were still working and owning Super Pawn. Tell me real quick how local businesses, retail businesses, consignment businesses, secondhand retailers can utilize the Bravo Store Systems to get themselves on the same playing field as some of the big box stores.
Well, I mean, let's first start off, we had a landmark sale yesterday. Max Pawn has their all of their merchandise that has in the store is live for sale on the Buya.com website. The Buya.com website facilitates all that inventory into the World Wide Web, gets fed to Google, Bing, and Yahoo. Somebody on the internet spotted a gorgeous Hermes Birkin bag and bought the bag yesterday for $12,500.
Wow, congratulations.
Now, yeah, humbug.
And so, we're both giving high fives because Mike, because we're really excited the fact that we, facilitated the sale. We brought the customer from somewhere. They would have never seen the bag otherwise. And that's what we do. You take a small business and you connect their inventory to the internet. All of a sudden, you have 120 million customers.
That's right. Well, you know what? Why don't you do this? Stick around with us.
Okay.
I can tell you've got more. We're going to have you right back here because Steve's a good man. Here's the sound, and it means we have to step away, take a quick look at traffic. Michael and I will be back here in just a minute on Pawn Talk Live. More with Steve Mack.
SportsX Radio, weekdays at 7 p.m. The best talk radio in Las Vegas is on News Talk 720 KDWN, where locals come to talk. Need the news now? Then lock into News Talk 720 KDWN. AP News at the top and bottom of every hour throughout the day. News Talk 720 KDWN, where locals come to talk.
AP Update, I'm Ed Donahue. It was a second rough day in a row on Wall Street. The losses were even bigger. The Dow lost 318 points. From New York, here's the AP's Warren Levinson.
Stock prices took a big hit for a second day in a row. The Dow Industrials dropped every day this week, losing more than 2.5% in the process. Jack Ablin, Chief Investment Officer at BMO Private Bank in Chicago, says after prices went up by better than 30% in 2013, investors were looking forward to fourth quarter earnings setting the world on fire. They haven't.
Just to justify the valuation, we needed really some blockbuster numbers this quarter. We haven't really gotten them.
Tool seller W.W. Grainger and engine maker Cummins were among the latest to post disappointing earnings. Investors are also troubled by a slowdown in emerging markets. Warren Levinson, New York.
Investors are worried about slower economic growth in China, a gloomier outlook for U.S. corporate profits, and an end to easy money policies in the U.S. and in Europe. AP Update. I'm Ed Donahue.
The news brought to you by Farmers Insurance. At Farmers Insurance, they believe the more you know, the better you can plan. Find your local agent at farmers.com or call 888-96-FARMERS. Brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
It's 2:32 on the Kid on Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center. Got a new incident at the Spaghetti Bowl. The ramp as you leave 15 South to go southbound 95. Also northbound 15, that's north of St. Rose Parkway. 95 southbound north of Charleston, an incident there. Some slowing at 95 southbound south of Eastern as well. Sahara at the 15, that's in the cleanup stage. And entries to Decatur at Twain and Dean Martin at Silverado Ranch. For the Kid on Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center, I'm Jim Dallas on News Talk 720 KDWN.
Luxury, comfort, power, and dependability is what you'll receive when you purchase a new Lincoln MKX or Lincoln MKZ luxury sedan at Finley Lincoln and the Valley Auto Mall. Best-in-class fuel economy and an optional towing package makes the Lincoln MKX a luxurious ride. Optional traffic and safety features will protect you and your family. Looking for a unique blend of high performance and a smooth, comfortable ride in your next vehicle? The Lincoln MKZ sedan is for you. Exterior features such as a signature split, wing grille, and LED head and tail lamps complement sleek interior details. You'll feel like you're riding in a convertible with the 15-square-foot fully retractable panoramic roof that gives rear seat passengers an open-air experience. With 3 different engine types to choose from, standard 2-liter, V6, or hybrid, you're sure to find the Lincoln MKZ that's right for you. You'll feel confident when you drive away in a new Lincoln MKX or Lincoln MKZ. Both models come with a 4-year, 50,000-mile comprehensive warranty and Lincoln's complimentary maintenance plan. Stop by Finley Lincoln. See for yourself what makes today's Lincoln a vehicle for all ages. Finley Lincoln, the only exclusive Lincoln dealership located in the Valley Auto Mall.
This is Tisha Black. I'm an attorney with the law offices of Black & LaBello. Do you have questions about Las Vegas entities, running a small business, employees, workers' comp, any of those questions? Tune into my show each Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. on KDWN AM 720.
Hi, this is Michael Mack, owner of world-famous Max Pawn in Las Vegas. You ever wondered what those valuables are worth? Had a pawn question but didn't know who to ask? I have the solution for you. Join me and Dave Carney every Friday from 2 to 3 for Pawn Talk Live here on News Radio 720 KDWN.
Join Laith Lavada of First Prime Realty Group every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. on 720 KDWN as he takes your calls and answers all of your questions and concerns about the real estate market in Las Vegas.
Now back to Pawn Talk Live with your hosts Michael Mack and Dave Carney.
And welcome back to Pawn Talk Live here on News Talk 720 KDWN. I am Dave Carney for the owner of the world-famous Max Pawn, Mr. Michael Mack. He is sauntering his way back up to microphone here, perusing the store and mingling with the folks that are streaming in here. And if you want to come down, take part of the program, you absolutely can do so. We're going to be.
Let's give some stuff away.
I was going to say, let's give some stuff away again, though. We are here live, the corner of Sahara and Jones, the world-famous Max Pawn. The number to reach us in studio or vis-a-vis live through the studio here to us in store, 257-5396, 257 KDWN. Now, Michael, we have got a ton of great prizes to give away to the listeners of Pawn Talk Live today. We have got a 2.5 Men 9th season DVD box set, a Boys of Fall DVD, which is a football movie made by country superstar Kenny Chesney. We also have some CD sets that are very, very awesome. We have got the Jane Deere Girls self-titled album that has just come in here to the country music station, as well as Florida Georgia Line's album, Here's to the Good Times. Danielle Barbary, I hope I'm saying that name wrong, right, as well as Van Zant's new albums called Get Right with the Man. So
I'm going to sweeten it up a little bit for the next caller. We want to see something really interesting. We got Steve on the line, so I have expert appraisal on hand. So we want to hear something interesting. $25 gift certificate for the Max Pawn. And if you call with the next caller, we're going to give that away along with anyone who comes in between now and 6 p.m. We're going to give away one of these great gifts that you listed.
Okay, so you get your choice of one of the DVD or CD sets, as well as $25 to the world-famous Max Pawn, which, Michael, I know you can attest to because, here you are. It's your store. $25 goes a long way inside of this place, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, that can get a lot of good stuff.
We can start you on your Valentine's layaway.
Boy, I tell you, I think I might just do that right now. I'll pick up the cell phone, call in 257-5396. And you did mention we are still here live with your brother, Steve Mack, owner of the Las Vegas 51s and, of course, Bravo Store Systems.
I want to mention one thing going back to the 51s. I have my two boys in the house right now. Austin and Aaron are here in the store. We are so excited about the new stadium, but I want to become somewhat of a corporate partner with the 51. So I've talked to Steve and I've talked to Eric down there at the 51s, and we're going to be buying season tickets, of course, and so we have that priority to get the good seats. But we want to get something even bigger. I want to maybe get a box for the new stadium, and we'll have a Max Pawn box. And I was thinking something out of the box and putting a purse in the outfield, a big purse, and maybe make it a Louis Vuitton purse. And so for every player that hits a grand slam over that bag, he's going to get a free handbag at Max Pawn.
I could do enough to draw Jose Canseco in here for a hitting challenge. He's like, I'm used to knocking things down in the outfield. I'll take a swipe at that purse, and that sounds like a great idea. Now, Steve, let's really talk something that's bothered a lot of 51s fans for years is the way Cashman Field sits in accordance to the sun, the high summer sun. Yeah. And I don't know if that was really put into the planning when they put Cashman Field together back in the late 70s. Are you guys looking at that with your impact team about how to properly position the stadium so you get the minimal effect of that really scorching summer sun that we have?
Well, when we talk about that internally, I actually asked that question. It's like, what were they thinking? And I think they forgot they were building a baseball park.
Well, as with many things here in Las Vegas in the old days, they just kind of put it up, didn't think too far ahead.
So this park is there's a lot of thought put into the shade. There's going to be a shade mechanism, and then also it's 5 degrees cooler.
That's on that side of year, yes.
That's right. Yes. So 5 degrees cooler in Summerlin, and then there's the breeze off the mountain. And so, everything has been thought through, and then we're dealing, we're partnering with Howard Hughes Company, who is, what building in Las Vegas that's been built by Howard Hughes is an absolutely meticulously gorgeous, thought through. This stadium is going to be, a trademark and something that they're going to be very proud of. So this stadium is going to be awesome.
Well, I tell you what, nobody could be more excited, well, I'm sure, than you, but also myself and the fans of baseball here in Las Vegas because, honestly, we'll put it bluntly, we've been, basically using the labor of love with the Cashman Field and the Las Vegas 51s for a number of years.
Well, the fans have been so loyal.
They have.
Yeah.
And it's been one of those things where you reward these dedicated and loyal fans with something like a new stadium, and it's really just bound to do so many great things for the community because not only will you be hosting, 80-plus regular season baseball games a year, but then there's also other, 200, 300 days a year in which that facility is going to be open. It's unbelievable stuff.
The people that are pinging me, reaching out, Arizona State baseball wants to, have a some sort of college World Series
Great.
with bringing UNLV and then bringing in some teams from Midwest out. I mean,
we got to bring the Trojans in.
Do the Trojans still do
The
baseball?
Trojans at Dado Field, yes, they have a program, but Arizona State has a great program.
Yeah, well, it's really
across the
interesting.
tracks.
You bring up something that is really such a, is such an awesome event, and that's the College World Series. Now, I had been to Rosenblatt Stadium the year that they closed the Rosenblatt, which is in Omaha, Nebraska, and that was in 2010. And you look at the kind of the history that goes in. Would you ever petition, perhaps, the NCAA for a College World Series here in Las Vegas? Because really, Steve,
Sure.
What better town to host these major sporting events than Las Vegas?
I mean, that's what we when we're sitting around round table, we're talking about bringing in events like that. Sure, that's on the top of the list, but think about the international baseball.
Oh, absolutely.
So we got we got Japan, Asia baseball there, in Mexico, and then
Dominican
the whole league's down to
Republic.
and to have Las Vegas being the destination that it is. I mean, do you think anyone from any of these countries would love to play baseball here?
Oh, every one of them. Every one of them. We just have to see a birth certificate first, if we're playing the kids' games.
Oh no, we're gonna have big fun. The community is gonna be enriched by this experience, and like you said, that there's been such tremendous loyalty of our fans making it down to Cashman. 30 years is the home's worn out.
Well deserved.
And it's time now that Vegas is over 2 million people. I mean,
That's it.
we need a new house.
Hey, step it up. In 30 years, you just you said, like any responsible homeowner, we've paid off our mortgage. We're ready to buy the
We're ready
next
to go
house.
up.
Exactly, 30 years in. And we're going to take our first winner here on Pawn Talk Live. And again, you can join us here on the program, 257-5396. That's 257-KDWN. Peter is our first winner. Peter, thanks so much for the phone call. How are you today?
Well, thank you very much. It's an early birthday present.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Peter, when's your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
So have you ever been down to Max Pond?
No, but I'm going to be coming.
Well,
down there soon.
we welcome you, but have you ever been to a pawn shop?
Yeah, a couple.
So let's hear about, have you had some nice experiences in pawn shops? What do you think of?
Actually, yeah, it's just looking around, and I actually bought. Well, actually, I was with my brother, and we bought his engagement ring for his wife at one of them. So we really did a good deal at one.
Oh, well, we have some of the best pawn shops in the United States. We have some great jewelry stores, Red Rock Jewelers, Las Vegas Jewelers there in Coyne and Henderson on Sunset. We do. We have some of the best stores. So you have great choices here in Las Vegas. And so we welcome you to come down. We're going to have that $25 gift certificate. Hopefully you're going to find something that you can get for your birthday.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that'll be great. And I come to the Sarah and Jones store.
That's it. We're open every day 9 to 6, and make sure you ask for me, and I'll maybe even sing happy birthday to you.
Peter, if you want to have a happy birthday, don't let that happen. Okay?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Have him saying happy birthday to you. But you do have a $25 gift card to the world-famous Max Pond, as well as your choice of one of the DVD sets or CD sets that we mentioned earlier. When you come on down here, everything will be here. You just go ahead and pick out what you want. Happy birthday, and thanks so much for calling us today.
Thank you so much.
And if you want to be just like Peter and pick up a free prize pack courtesy of Beasley Broadcasting and Pawn Talk Live, all you have to do is pick up the phone and give us a buzz at 257-5396. As I mentioned, Michael, I've got some great DVD box sets that the station's given us. 2.5 Men, 9th season, as well as Boys of Fall, a Kenny Chesney documentary about football.
Dave, I always have to throw this out there because I want to, create chaos. That's what we try to do here. We create chaos.
That's what I've
So
heard,
when you're
Michael.
driving by the corner of Sahara and Jones, lay the horn on because we want to hear you inside the building. We can hear you. So if you're driving right now, driving by anytime, any day, 6 days, 7 days a week, 24/7, lay on the horn because we want to hear you like Pawn Talk Live.
That's right. And for the folks that are here in the store, if they're listening to us, it's not a random accident happening outside. It's the people honking because they love us inside the store. And you guys have done, such a great job here in your new location. Now, Steve, let me ask you a question about your brother's store here because obviously you guys were in business for so long together, under the mantle of the Super Pawn. Now that Michael has gotten his second store here, now that the world-famous Max Pawn has moved into its newest incarnation, what can you tell us about this pawn store in relation to ones that you've seen around the country?
Well, I mean, I think that the diversity of merchandise is just so interesting. This store has such a vibrant shopping experience. People are buying in here, selling in here. Every single time I come in here, there's new merchandise. So the shopping experience is extraordinary. And Mike spent a lot of extra time making sure he created a really safe environment. And I think that he's really catered to the female shopper like no other pawn shop has in the United States. I mean, I look at pawn shops everywhere, and my business is supplying software to companies all over the world. So the type of people that come in here, the celebrities are always in here. This place is just so much fun.
It is. It's really such a unique place, and I know that you guys working together for so long and really formulating these kind of ideas, Michael, have led you to where you are today. What can you tell us about Steve and how influential he was in helping you develop concepts and ways to go about your business now that is so unique?
Well, he just beat me down. I started at the bottom. Okay, I was the janitor.
Get right to it.
And I learned everything.
I wanted him to have the utility.
Hey, so
no, but honestly, we have such a great relationship. We get together. Sometimes we forget we have children. We forget we have spouses. We forget we have family. We just go in this pawn og.
Yeah.
And,
we just love it.
And it really, you can see the excitement. But having the Bravo systems here, having the partnership with Bravo, the Buya.com, having all my merchandise online, we celebrate together. I mean, we had this big sale yesterday. We celebrated together, and I'm just happy that I can be big part of Bravo and its future, and it's taken off.
Yeah, and we're excited about it being affiliated with this store because Michael stretches the imagination with what should be done with the level of customer service, and every person that walks through here is a happy person.
Oh yeah, when you leave this store, you were walking out with a smile on your face. Either you found yourself the deal of a lifetime, or you came out with way more in your pocket than you thought you were going to get. Either way, your experience at Max Pawn is going to be one of a kind. We're going to step away, take our final look at traffic. When we come back, we've got Lori Watts on the line. Lori is another winner, as well as more with Steve Mack and a wrap-up thought with Michael. Stay tuned to Pawn Talk Live.
It's 2:46, and the kid on One Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center still have trouble at the Spaghetti Bowl. The ramp leaving 15 south to go southbound 95 there on the right shoulder. 95 southbound, that's north of Charleston. North 95, that is north of Eastern. Couple of injury accidents, Boulder Highway at Sahara, Decatur Twain at a hit and run. This time Santa Barbara at Tropicana. For the Kid on One Nevada Credit Union Traffic Center, I'm Jim Dallas on News Talk 720 KDWN.
Thirsty like a man in the desert without a canteen? Owe more on your home than it's worth. Missing payments and facing foreclosure? You're in a big heap of trouble. There's a guy I know that can short sell your house and get you out of trouble real quick. Beauty is, he won't charge you a dime. He makes the bank pay so you don't. Call Late Levada at First Prime Realty Group, 476-2000. Make the call. You'll be glad you did. 476-2000.
When it's go time, when it's time to put the pedal to the metal, NASCAR drivers and Baja 1000 drivers alike both trust the legendary performance and reliability of Goodyear tires. And now Vegas drivers can get that same performance and reliability on their own cars and trucks, because Ted Weens now carries the full line of world-class Goodyear tires. Goodyear Eagle tires, Goodyear Wrangler tires, all mounted by real ASE certified mechanics for when it's your go time, because Ted Weens really does care. The slightly obsessive ASE certified mechanics at Ted Weens are now carefully mounting Goodyear Eagle tires on deserving cars and Goodyear Wrangler tires on some lucky trucks. In fact, Ted Weens, that place you see all over town, now carries the full line of world-class Goodyear car and truck tires. So if you live in Las Vegas and you want the quality and performance Goodyear tires are famous for, well, now you know where to go find them. Ted Weens, because we really do care.
This is Jorge Gonzalez from the Opening Line Radio Show. Join us every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. to get in-depth analysis and free selections for the upcoming week of football right here on AM 720 KDON.
Hi, you can't see me because of radio, and I can't see you because I'm totally blind. My blindness doesn't hold me back, but I fight to stay awake during the day because I'm not sleeping through the night. Often I struggle to concentrate and just keep up. Sound familiar? You're not alone. But this is not a sleep disorder. It's actually non-24. Learn about the link between total blindness and your symptoms. Visit learnmore924.com or call 855-856-2424.
Hey, Las Vegas, it's Al Shore and the voice of the Las Vegas Wranglers, Dave Carney. Join us for the best that Las Vegas has to offer: entertainment, sports, dining, and nightlife, live in Las Vegas. Tune in every Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. on News Talk 720 KDWN.
Now back to Pawn Talk Live with your hosts Michael Mack and Dave Carney.
And welcome back to Pawn Talk Live here on News Talk 720 KDWN. I'm Dave Carney, joined by the owner of the world-famous Max Pawn here in Las Vegas, Mr. Michael Mack. And been a really exciting Pawn Talk Live. Thanks so much to Michael Schulman from SchulmanSays.com. Your take on everything pop culture, entertainment, news, and basically everything that's on Michael's mind. Thanks again to Elise from Wild for joining us here on Pawn Talk Live, as well as on Live Las Vegas with
and some of the goodies she brought in.
Oh, man, I was going to say some of the goodies she brought in, Michael, are delectable. Now, I ate a piece of their gluten-free pizza, and let me tell you what, it was just as good, if not better, than any of the pizza that I would get at, say, your regular pizza shop.
Well, I'll tell you, there's some great grub back there, and we really thank her. And if you can, go down. It's in the Ogden,
Yes,
and
is.
it's a cool spot. And if you're on a first date, second date, or your 50th date, go down and check it out.
Absolutely, and they've got specials for everybody. They've got a happy hour, which goes on nightly, which you get half price, or 2-for-1 drinks. And they've got a menu of 5 items for $5 a piece. So great stuff down there at Wild, bottom floor of the Ogden, heart of downtown. I also want to thank Subway for bringing us our Subway Fresh Take Hotline. And that's where we're pulling up our next winner. We've got Lori Watts on the line with us. Lori, thank you so much for calling and being part of the program. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
So let me ask you, Lori, are you a frequent pawn customer?
Frequent, I don't know about that. We go in, we buy stereo equipment and golf clubs.
What pawn shops have you hit here in town?
Some of those name brand ones.
Oh, so Super Pawn, Easy Pawns. Have you ever been to
Yeah.
Max Pawn?
Never.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to love it. This is a lady's dream. You know, the electronics and the music, and we really, we're very gifted to have the type of pawn shops that we have in Las Vegas, and Steve's still on the line with us. But what he created with Super Pawn and what Cash America's done with that company and Easy Pawn, and we have Gold and Silver Pawn, and we have a few independents, but this is the pawn mecca of the world.
And, the world-famous Max Pawn being the mecca of them all. And, Lori, when you get on down here, not only are you going to, we thank you so much for listening, for calling. Take a look around here. Pass along to your friends. Great place to shop, an awesome place to get deals. And Michael, of course, is hooking you up with some free stuff. So thanks so much for calling us today. And you are the lucky winner. Northeast corner of Sahara and Jones, if you don't know where it is.
I'm also a 51 fan.
All right.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Well,
So-
we can't wait to see you come out.
I'm looking forward to it.
So who are you most looking forward to then, Lori, in seeing this year? Is it one of the new managers, perhaps, or is it one of the players?
Oh, you know what? I wasn't able to go last year. I was extremely sick. So this year I'm looking forward to watching baseball of any kind. My daughter is a Cubs fan. So a diehard Cubs fan.
Well,
so.
Steve, we might have to do something special for Big League Weekend. She's an old 51 fan. You might want to come down. When you come down, give me your name. Maybe I can get Steve to do something special for you.
We can do that.
Oh, that sounds great.
No, that'd be great. We'd love to have you come back.
All right.
Well, Lori, thanks so much for calling us today and joining us on Pawn Talk Live. Of course, all of our callers are joining us on our Subway Fresh Take hotline on 257-5396. That's 257-KDWN. And, of course, we've still got a few more prizes to give away. Only a few minutes left in this show, but we do have some DVD prize packages as well as some CD prize packs. And all you have to do is call us at 257-5396. Now, Steve, Michael, you bring up, again, another great point. We've got, the Big League Weekend coming up here. And, Steve, I know you touched on it a little bit at the beginning of the show, but this year Big League Weekend is scheduled for what dates?
For the last week of April.
Last week of April.
And so I just want to, do you like predictions?
I do, actually.
Yeah, so Wally Backman is back, as our
your manager.
As our manager again, and which is a guy that really understands baseball,
Sure
by the
does.
way. Really, on the precipice of being in the big leagues. And was a tremendous, on-field coach. If you notice him, that he's always in the third base, coaching the team on the field. He's predicting 100 wins this year.
Wow. And
He
that's
says,
coming off your first PCL championship in like 25 years.
Right. And so you think about Wally coming back and saying, and excited about coming back to Vegas and saying, we're going to win 100 games this year. I mean, this could be one of the biggest years for all AAA baseball.
It's fantastic to hear it. I mean, I love the the energy behind that, because 100 wins in minor leagues. I mean, it's tough because you have a lot of call-ups. If the team gets really hot, the major league club is oftentimes going to be looking down. Hey, what do they have that we don't have? So that's a pretty bold prediction.
So these guys are looking up and down. What's in the pipeline below, and what are we going to have to do throughout the season? And but they're looking stacked. Really stacked with great talent this year.
They are. I mean, the New York Mets, we were talking to Albie Sure here during Live Las Vegas, and he, of course, is from the New York metropolitan area, big fan of the Yankees, but also the Mets growing up. And you look at the team that they've really put together and assembled through the farm system, which is how this works in baseball especially, and the Las Vegas 51s being a big part of that. And it's not hard to see why they're going to be a contender, in the National League this year. Now, Michael, let's take a little look at what Gold's done this weekend. And again, you've talked about Gold here for the last couple of years on this show, and we have some of the greatest gold buying stores here in town. Las Vegas Jewelry and Coin Buyers out in Henderson. Great friend of the show.
Yeah, John and Alicia, they're
Absolutely.
great. If you're on that side of the town, you've got to hit them. They really are great. But Gold went closed at 1269, and for the most part, the gold market has had a great week. And like I say, if you have any questions, feel free to call us at 253-7296. But if you're on that side of town, hit John and hit Alicia.
Yeah, Las Vegas Jewelry and Coin Buyers, one of the best places here in town for really getting top dollar for your gold. So, again, if you're in the Henderson area, visit them. Sunset and Stephanie, real easy to find next to Mastriani Fashions and Einstein Brothers Bagels. So, great stuff. But
hey, I just want to mention, Mike, a friend of mine called me the other day and told me that they brought a diamond ring in and that they had shopped all over town. It was a stone a little over a carat, and that you paid them like almost 30% more than anyone else had offered for it, and they actually called me to thank me that I told them about you.
Well, you didn't call me to thank me.
Well,
that's very nice. We try to be competitive, and the one thing we always keep in mind here at Max Pawn is, to be fair. If you're fair to everyone, you're going to do well. So when you come in here, you're looking to sell something, you're looking to buy something. We're trying to be fair, so we sell. We offer to buy at a fair price. We sell at a fair price. It means my margins are lower, but we try to sell a lot of items.
Yeah, no, and you guys do a great job at that. Now, Michael, just a real quick capsulization. Gold actually bounced up a little bit this week. It was trending down. Found a little bit of rebound here. So if you're out there with a gold chain, maybe you've got 14-karat gold, which you tell the folks that listen to us is how pure.
14 karat is 58% pure.
And if you've got about an average 10-gram gold chain, what could you be expecting, Michael, if you're going to come down and pawn something like that?
If you're looking to get a loan, you're looking anywhere from $15 to $18 a gram.
Wow, that's still really good.
And we talk in grams.
Okay, that's great stuff. And again, any of your specific gold questions, please direct them to our friends at Las Vegas Jewelry and Coin Buyers. You can find them easily online as well, or go see them at the corner of Sunset and Stephanie and Henderson. Steve, we're wrapping up the show here. Got about 50 seconds left before we head out, and I'm seeing something on your wrist that I'm completely envious of, and it's because you remind me, first of all, of Dick Tracy, and then, of course, the hippest guy in the world with this tech buzz. What kind of watch is that you're wearing?
So this is the Samsung Gear, and so this is hooked up to Bluetooth through my phone, my Note 3, and I can take pictures with it. I wear it. I don't have to have my phone in my hand anymore. You just saw it. You just saw someone call me.
I saw it. It was fantastic. And I'm looking at this. This is too much.
So there's the message right there. I can just kind of touch it right there, and that's the.
Unbelievable.
So cool.
Now, Michael, last question: how long before we get one of these things in the store here? And I need to be on the reserve list for that.
It could be 30 seconds if I talk to him and give him a big enough price.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Hey, no, I wanted to say, what I saw the other day through here is a pair of Google glasses through the system. So I tell you, stuff's coming in.
That's right. Get ready.
Get down here now and see what all the cool shit that Max Pawn has.
That's right, northeast corner of Sahara and Jones, the world-famous Max Pawn. For Michael Mack, Steve Mack, I'm Dave Carney. We'll see you guys back here next week, 1 o'clock for Live Las Vegas, then at 2 for Pawn Talk Live.
Thank you.
What happens on News Talk 720 KDWN?
Attention. power. Instead of renting your power from NV Energy at a variable rate that always goes up, why not own it and fix your rates for the next 25 plus years? By owning your own power, you not only fix your rate, but you also protect yourself from future NV Energy rate hikes. And when you're done paying for your solar system, you're done paying for your power. Not to mention, the power you generate on your roof is cheaper than the power you purchase from NV Energy. By simply switching how you buy your electricity, you can save tens of thousands off your electrical bill. Not to mention, the federal government is going to pay 30% of your system through a tax credit. NV Energy customers now qualify for new, affordable solar financing through Solar Universe.